there, Leo. Welcome to your end of May 2022 general tarot reading. It's Rena here. Okay, gotta pick up these cards because I can't. Interesting. Wow, you have so many major arcana cards here. So it's really heating up for you for some reason. Well, I was getting vibes of something to do with you know, the first thing that came to my mind was an inheritance, but I also believe that it could be the end of a relationship. Let's look at the past position and the current energies. Past position, 5 of Cups, mourning the loss of something. As is often mentioned, the person has 2 cups remaining, but he's turned his back on them. So it's like not seeing the silver lining of a situation and focusing on the mourning of the loss. And so typically, because, you know, cups relate to emotions, and I typically think of personal relationships or somebody that has passed away. Now, this is something that would have already happened. Since we're doing an update reading, this is not meant, I don't call myself a fortune teller anyway, or a psychic, but this is about the synchronicity of these cards applied to your life. So if you have had any kind of loss of somebody, whether due to them passing away or to like getting divorced or them moving out, that feeling of loss is real and has to be acknowledged and processed. But the current, this is what makes me think it's more of a legal matter, because even, you know, the literal judgment, it could be the divorce decree coming in or the will. And then, of course, when you have that, then you have this distraction that is, I think that's one of the things that I wanted to kind of contrast the idea of mourning to this, maybe this legal matter. But the Judgment card is also about cause and effect. That's why it's connected to karma. It's not the judgment of your soul. It's the, you know, questioning your own judgment. Why did I pick this person? I should have known better. I should have known this was never going to work. What clouded my judgment? Or if this is like a divorce decree coming in the mail, why did how did this happen? And looking at your own actions. And even if you feel like you tried and the other person was the one who was negligent, perhaps you still stayed there longer than maybe you should have, and it prolonged the agony. So all of these assessments are helpful ultimately, because they can lead to gaining that wisdom that will serve you down the road in your life's journey. The higher message is the Magician. So at a higher level, this is about you being a co-creator with the universe. So looking at it from the perspective of, let's say, like an inheritance, and if there is some issue surrounding an inheritance, if people are like, oh my God, I have to get this, I have to win, blah, blah, blah. Or if it could be like a divorce situation, but maybe you're divvying up the money. I have to get this. The Magician is saying that you are able to co-create with the universe. You don't have to rely on these other things to get your abundance, to get what you need. And also emotionally, I feel. Usually when I think of the magician, I think of manifesting something material. But just in general, this idea that we have it all within ourselves. And sometimes when we are out in this world, we're conditioned to think, oh no, you have to depend on this entity, that entity, and not, they don't really teach you how to be resourceful. They actually, society teaches you to be dependent more than resourceful and independent. And you could say we're interdependent to some degree. We're not, no man is an island for sure. But I do think that we have to learn how to stand on our own 2 feet and kind of tap into our own resources. So I love the Magician card. That's one of my favorite cards. You actually got the first 2 cards in the deck. So what that shows me, Leo, is that you really are on this rebirth process. Oh, by the way, the Judgment card is about rebirth. And that's the central theme of this reading. So, enjoy it. And also, enjoy the fact that you have a new moon coming up at the end of July, which can also give you that sense of rebirth. And maybe that's the timing of when everything clicks into place. What crosses you is the 8 of Swords. This is negative self-talk, negative concepts that you have internalized, usually by caregivers that are projecting onto people, children, their own stuff. And it's okay to, still have those, even if you're a middle-aged person and you feel like you should be over it by now. It's okay to still be working on yourself. The more aware you get of what you're doing, so when you're thinking thoughts, the more you can kind of like stop them in their tracks. Not that you're trying to resist anything, but you're like not allowing it to play its full, to the full degree. The more you can rewire your brain. I don't know I don't know which sign I was telling this to when I did my last set of readings, but I was saying that I was listening to Joe Dispenza, the doctor Joe Dispenza, on YouTube, and he was talking about like when you have those kinds of thoughts that you say stop, like right in the middle when you're having that, like you yell it out loud or something like that. And I thought that was pretty funny. But he was saying that it helps to rewire your brain. I don't know if I would do something like that, only because I still think it gives it too much power. I like, somebody like Eckhart Tolle talking about you're just witnessing. See, if you don't attach emotion to something, it doesn't grow. So the more present you can be with your thoughts, and you're not just like, see, I think this is somebody who's not really present with their thoughts. The tape is running, and then they are acting upon the tape, and that's the problem. What's coming in is the Moon card. This is kind of what I'm talking about, which is about meditation, tapping into your intuition. To me, this goes with the Magician card in the sense that we envision what we want and then we try to manifest it, put it into physical form, but starts with our imagination, which the Moon card represents, creativity, which Leo is very a part of. But also this can be a timing card of when things are, being activated for you. And the full moon that, when I'm recording this, the full moon, the lunar eclipse in Scorpio is coming up in about 24 hours, a little bit more than 24 hours. And so even though, this reading is intended for the middle of May and to the end of the month, 15th, 16th of May is pretty middle of the month. So that might be the activation. It is another fixed sign. It's your 4th house of home and family. And so that's your childhood, the house of childhood. And that can help you to, so maybe, I don't know if this is the mother side of the family of something. If you lost your mother, and that's what this eclipse represented to you, because you can feel like I said, this is something that you've been dealing with already, like the loss of somebody. And the eclipses can manifest before the official date, so that might go along with that. If you lost somebody close to you, a mother or grandmother, or just anybody that was very nurturing to you, that might be what you're feeling. And when you actually go through the date of this moon, if it already has occurred, it's kind of like this purification. For other people, this can be an insight into the past that leads you to being able to let go of some emotional baggage, because the lunar eclipse is, to me, a very liberating time, because you have more support to let go of things, whereas normally it'd be hard to do so. The outcome is the Fool card. The very first card in the deck, 0 point. You can program your dream life starting from the ground floor up. You're on a new journey. The slate is wiped clean, and you're able to move forward. And it might be because you let something go, and maybe that's what that is, that's keeping you trapped in the past. Okay, Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, astrology, tarot, combination thereof, please go to the link below. I have specials with double readings at special prices. I'm at RainaMoonAstrology.com. Take care. Bye.